of 2018. It's a world number 1 Michael van Gerwen against a world number 11 Michael Smith, both coming from a field of 250 or so players. There were a few late withdrawals, including Michael Smith's mentor Gary Anderson, the man he beat in the Premier League in Dublin last night. And both of these players had early flights this morning to come to Wigan, and they are the last 2 men standing. And there's still 2 men, well, sitting in the commentary box, myself, Chris Murphy, and Dan Dawson joins me. Dan, Michael van Gerwen has been the man to beat today, and thus far nobody's managed getting anywhere near it.
True. We've seen 3 players take 3 legs off him. At the start of the day, Ian Moss managed to do that. Simon Stevenson, in a game over on the other streaming board I was commentated on, the Mirror Man, managed to come back from 3-0 down and level it up before MVG just pulled away. And Adrian Lewis managed to get 3 legs off him as well.
97.
But when you've averaged, what, 105.2 for the day leading up to this final, it's not a surprise that it's been very difficult to live with the world number 1.
Yeah, 6 matches to get here have taken just 48 legs to complete. Means he's winning 3/4 of the legs that he's played, Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah, 6-2 on average, if you look in.
138.
Moved over to the 18s, but couldn't find the treble. Michael Smith, averaging just shy of the 98 mark. And it's the first 9, a big difference between them. When Michael Smith's on it, he can score with the best in the world, but he's a good 13 points off Michael van Gerwen in the first 9 average. And he's hit half as many 180s.
Michael van Gerwen's first 9 average was 10 points at least higher than anyone else all day, wasn't it? I think there were players who played a couple of games around 108. Now then, Michael Smith with an early break opportunity. He's got to go to the 14s. He has gone to the 14s. Double top.
112.
Valiant effort, but not quite there. Shanghai finish. That's awkward. He's gone ball. Oh my word, Michael van Gerwen. Single 20, blocks the treble, bull. Michael Smith smiling when he saw the first ball go in. He knew what was coming. And to be fair, he does appreciate it with a bump of the fists.
Well, you wouldn't have seen this, Dan. You'd have seen that 180 from Michael Smith, but he tried it against Adrian Lewis and it didn't work, and Lewis won the leg. And you just get a feeling that Michael van Gerwen will have wanted to have that opportunity again.
It's nice to see some bonhomie on the hockey here in Wigan today.
100.
These 2 have had some real battles in the past. Michael van Gerwen, as you would expect, leading the head-to-heads 18-4. But Michael Smith has had some very important wins, including 2 European Tour finals. He's won 4 Euro Tour titles, Michael Smith. Only MVG and Peter Wright have won more. But he's beaten MVG in 2 of those finals, and one of them, a 6-2 victory at the European Darts Trophy, was spectacular. He was hitting everything in that game. If he can channel that Michael Smith, he's got a chance.
Yeah, 2 of those finals came last year. But this is the 8th time this pair have met in the final of a tournament, as Michael Smith cleans up 81.
Robbie O'Hara, Bully Boy fan, aren't we all? Superb to watch when he's in full flow.
180.
Come on, you so's this guy.
Yeah, thanks for all your messages and tweets today on the hashtag UKOQ1.
97.
For those who haven't worked it out, that'll become UKOQ2 tomorrow.
What about for the 3rd event?
125.
Full details will be announced.
Yes, we'll figure it out.
57.
Michael Smith's had a slightly tougher time of it getting here today. He started off with a deciding leg win over Kevin Sim. He's a guy who came through to the World Championship one year, wasn't he, through the PDPA qualifier, if I remember rightly. Smashed John Goldie 6-1. Every other game has been 6-3 or 6-4, including a victory over Martin Schindler, Kyle Anderson, and of course Peter Wright, as we've just seen. As Van Gerwen, yeah, no need to go double-double in that situation. He'll just set the shot up.
Interesting point to be made that these 2 were kind of scholars of the first incarnation of the PDC Development Tour. 3 of their first 5 meetings happened on that tour, and I know that Michael van Gerwen and Michael Smith both put a lot of credit to their progression on the chance to play on the Dev Tour and learn how to win.
134.
Yeah, Michael van Gerwen has explicitly stated that that's been a key part of his growth as a dart player, that metamorphosis from talented young man to world-beating machine.
And before that, he had nowhere else to go but come to these Pro Tour events, was consistently getting beaten, and he went back there. So for those players who perhaps lost a tour card and have had to take a step back, it's a shining example. Michael Smith, a man who's suffered a loss of form for a couple of years and has come back with flying colours after being put out of the Premier League. He's now back in. He's back in a Pro Tour final straight away in 2018. These really are the big guns of world darts, and Michael van Gerwen is pulling out the big guns at the right time.
He has maximum number 2 for Michael van Gerwen. The 1-4-1 won't go for Michael Smith, and this could be a crucial moment in this final. 47 needed for MVG, 15 for double 16. Easy part done. Little step to the right.
15.
But unable to find the green bit. Michael Smith has left himself 26. He probably goes straight at this.
Well, he might wish he'd gone 6 double 10.
No score.
Because he's very, very good on double 10. Michael van Gerwen is not bad on double 16.
Well, I think part of the thing is Michael Smith, when you watch him in his warm-up, I think the last 3 darts he throws before he balls up, he goes 1 in double 11, 1 in double 6, and 1 in double either double top or bullseye, I think it is. And he likes those ones on either side because he's always practicing. They're always the last 3 darts he throws in his practice routine.
60.
So double 13 is one that it's not an unfamiliar bit of the board that he's going for.
140.
But unfortunately, it's not helped him out in this instance, and he is going to have to put together a run of legs. Simon Stevenson managed to do it earlier on against MVG, won 3 on the bounce.
Yeah, and the standard has been as high as we expected.
78.
Around halfway through this contest, both players averaging at 108 going into this leg.
100.
But Michael van Gerwen has got the all-important break ahead.
46.
Although there's a glimmer of possibility here for Michael Smith.
42.
Just felt the door was ajar there, and Michael van Gerwen may well just slam it shut with a 140 now.
100.
Unable to just sneak it in the right-hand side of that treble 20 bed.
97.
7 consecutive victories for Michael van Gerwen over Michael Smith, and this is looking like it's going to be another one because double 5 is there. 4-1 to MVG. Michael Smith running out of room here. He can afford to lose one more leg, but that is it. He's got to win 5. We have seen Michael van Gerwen lose
140
in runs of legs. We've seen him, I remember Rene Idams did it to a World Championship, Michael van Gerwen won. Kim Huybrechts did it to him at the Masters, Michael van Gerwen won. As Michael Smith fires in his second maximum of this game.
95.
So very often he loses a run of legs and loses the game. Warren Parry, maybe that's the one I can think of on the World Series.
Yeah, that was in the Sydney Masters a few years ago. The only player that really manages to reel off a lot of legs against him over the years has been Phil Taylor, and you don't have to worry about him anymore.
96.
Double 8 for Michael Smith to fire in a 10-dart leg and get back into the match. Still very much advantage MVG.
I'm pretty sure that we haven't seen a 9-darter today, have we? That is as good as we've seen.
140.
Yeah, we've seen a few efforts at a 9-dart. I'm not sure what you've had on your board, but Jeffrey Desvan went 7 darts into it earlier on. We had a leg in the Cadby Whitlock Classic where both players were on potential perfect legs after 6 darts each.
Martin Schindler, Dimitri Vandenberg, we saw them both on it as well. Not in the same leg. Schindler got 6 into it, Dimitri got 7. Still looking for a perfect leg. Saw loads of them on the live stream last year on the Pro Tour. There's still time for one to happen here, but there might only be one more leg in this because Michael van Gerwen is streaking away in this leg, looking to take a 5-2 lead.
Michael Van Gerwen, speaking of streaks, if he does go on and win this tournament,
60.
he'd be already in 2018 after that crushing World Championship disappointment on a dozen-match winning run.
Game shot.
And that is a dozen darts for Michael Van Gerwen to go 5-2 up and go within one of the first Pro Tour title of the year.
180.
A maximum for Michael Smith. He's not going quietly. 4 in this match for the bully boy, 15
58.
for the day. But it's fully 10 more than that for the day for Michael Van Gerwen. We said these two bring the best out of
43.
each other. It's had a fantastic pace to this. They're both averaging 105. But once again, Michael Van Gerwen just seems
57.
to have that little bit too much for Michael Smith.
You can almost see him, though, in this leg, kind of switching off a little bit when Michael Smith hit that 180, and that is
140.
perhaps the only bad habit in Michael Van Gerwen's game. We saw it at the Masters in the game that you alluded to earlier against Kim Huybrechts.
140.
And when he realised he'd done that after the first couple of visits, he sort of gave his head a physical shake and came back and fired in a 140.
118.
It's an impressive setup from Michael Smith. 118 from 138 to leave his favourite double.
89. Game shot.
Yeah, 14 darter for Michael Smith. Double 5 does the job. He cuts the gap to just 2 legs. Nobody has taken more than 3 legs off Michael Van Gerwen all day. If Michael Smith could
96.
take another one off him here, then game on.
But I think he
he'd be
needs a
throwing to
180
level.
again to start, at least a 140. And just the couple of times that Michael Van Gerwen has opened the door on his own throw, Michael Smith has not managed to capitalise to full effect.
134.
Seen a few barks from MVG today. He does not look like a man who is £1 million clear at the Order of Merit and is happy to sit and rest on his laurels, does he?
No, but it's the interesting thing is the point in which what you described as barks come, and it's when Michael Van Gerwen wants to say, "I've got you now."
Has he, though?
I'm going to say, look what he's left. Look what he's left.
137.
Has he got him? 1-2-4 for Michael Smith. But MVG leaves the biggest of the lot, and it could happen. Michael Van Gerwen to win it in style. Oh, MVG, quintessential stuff from the best player in the world. Even Michael Smith spreads his arms. What can you do against that?
It is a dozen dart winning run for Michael Van Gerwen and a 12 dart finish in the final leg, and finished with an absolute fanfare. 170 checkout for Michael Van Gerwen. He